I wanted to delve into exactly why I started a business whilst I was young. Now, the thing is you can start a business any time in your life, but why I particularly thought about my life and wanted to start it whilst I was young. Now, there's a couple reasons. One of the main reasons is you don't have kids, you have no commitments, you have no real life problems that are holding, not problems, but real life situations that are holding you down. You know, you might not have a wife, or you might have a wife, you might have a girlfriend, but you don't have some serious life commitments like children yet. You don't have a job that you're comfortable in. That is a big one. A lot of people get comfortable in a job. Now, me personally, I left a job where I was earning over $100,000 as a 21-year-old to go back to earning nothing and being nobody and build it all the fucking way up. And the reason why I do not care about that so much, and yeah, it's hard, yeah, it's a grind, but every time that I go to cry about it, I think about it in an overall perspective. And if you can do this, if you can take your own head, your own thoughts out of your own mind, out of your own body, and look at your life as this long marathon and think, all right, where am I best positioned? And right now, if you're not young, if you've already got commitments, just fucking do it, because if that's what you want to do, you're gonna end up dead one day, or laying on your deathbed going, man, I wish I started that business. I wish I did the things that I wanted to do in life. Either way, that is the case. However, best case scenario, because I know a lot of people who follow me are of the younger generation, and they're going, hey, I would like to start a business. When should I start it? You should start it as soon as you feel it is right for you. Now, by feeling right for you, I mean as in you've done your market research, you have a life plan, and you have a way that you can get back to a job if you need to. And I mean, like, if it fails, you're like, all right, cool, I have enough qualifications, or I have enough knowledge and skill to go back to whatever I want to go back to. Now, that could be, you could be competent enough in speaking to people and business and entrepreneurship that you can just go back to sales. Like, worst case scenario for me, I would go back to a sales role. So I still look at that. I still look at what is my worst case scenario. My worst case scenario is that I give it a good crack, I go all fucking in, and it doesn't work out, and I go back to selling something that I like, and I can still make a decent income out of that. Or I go back to my original qualification, which by trade I'm what's called a non-destructive testing technician, which is somebody who scans welds and metals for structural integrity. So that was my original plan that I had. Then I of course got through that industry and didn't really like it, so I was like, excuse this noise, these guys are like doing construction, it's like 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Interesting, but they're obviously doing nighttime construction. But yeah, it's looking at it as an overall scope. Where do you, and I've said this in my other videos, is if there was an ideal life, what would it be? If there was an ideal situation that you could have, what would it be? Now, you have to be realistic. You have to be somewhat realistic. You don't have to be like, oh, I can't do this because of this. But set yourself some goals of, okay, in 10 years, this is where I'd like to be, and how am I going to get there? A lot of the time, it's, I want to start my own business. Then what do I want to start in? I've had other young guys ask me, like, Vaughn, what should I start in? I'm like, find things that you like, and then you can build a business around things that you like. I already liked social media. I built a business around it. However, you've got to make sure it's financially viable. Now, you might want to, start a business. There's rocks down beside me. Start a business selling rocks. Rocks might be, you might love rocks, and rocks might be your hobby. I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. Rocks or plants, right? There's plants by me. Okay, cool, but I want to be earning $1 million a year. All right, awesome. You're going to have some pretty damn unique rocks and some pretty damn unique plants, unless you run massive volume, which is hard when you're first starting out, because you need that product. So maybe that's not for you. Okay, what can I do besides that? Maybe I can do crystals. Maybe I can set up an online store that sells unique crystals for $100 a pop, and I want to be earning $1 million a year. So if I go 1,000 of these $100 a pop, or whatever, 10,000 of these $100 a pop unique crystals, and I've got $1 million, then I'm making $1 million. Yeah, you've got to factor in profit and everything, but I'm just talking about gross, right? If that was your gross goal. So, you know, your original goal may be rocks, but you pivot to crystals because that's where the money is, that's where you can achieve your income goal. So you've got to find that median ground. Maybe I want to just be a YouTube star or something like that, but then I realized, okay, that's maybe in 10 years time I could be making money off YouTube, but right now I just don't see that happening. I could, but that's just really not where I sort of see it going. I rather just give you guys value for free. So that's first, maybe that down the road. However, I do like social media, I do like digital marketing. Okay, cool, I started social media marketing and you know, social media marketing and advertising agency, right? So that's where I start, and then I can do all the things to get myself in alignment to where eventually I want to go. That's if I wanted to be a YouTube star, for instance, which I don't really, but if I do end up becoming one because I produce so much damn content, then that's it. But it's about finding out where your ideal life is, and then how can you start on that right now to get to that ideal life. And preferably it's young, when you don't have kids, you have no commitments, and you can change. You know, you can be like, you can pivot. You could say YouTube star, then you go, no, I want to be on Instagram, or no, I want to be doing this or that or whatever. Excuse this wind behind me, it's kind of windy out here. As you can see, lovely view of the city. Check that out. Lovely view of the city. But you can pivot whilst you're young. You can just keep pivoting and finding what works best for you. So guys, my main advice is start as young as possible. When you feel as if though it's the right move, when you feel as if though you're never gonna feel as if though it's the perfect move. Never. That's never the possibility. You just never get. You'll end up being way too old, and then you'll forget, then you'll end up forgetting about it and putting it to the back burner because you get too comfortable in your job. You've got to hit that happy medium where it is, one, it is viable, but two, it is still, when you have that desire, you're still moving forward, you're still young, you're still hungry, because you want to roll that momentum. So guys, hope you got value out of that. The main point of that is get started as soon as possible when it is viable for you. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you guys go out there and execute on the things that you want to start. I hope you guys can achieve the goals that you want in life. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments on that, comment below and let me know what your feedback is on that and how you want to get started and what you want to do to get started. So hit the like, hit that subscribe, because I'm doing 100 days of YouTube video a day for 100 days. So I'd love it if you guys could join me. So I will catch you on tomorrow's video.